Tonight, the breaking news as we come on, authorities say they have now halted a horrific plot at the busiest airport in the U.S. The images coming in now, the suspect taken down by police in Atlanta. His family making an urgent call to authorities not long before. What the family warned. Surveillance showing him walking through the airport, possibly surveilling the busy TSA lines. Officers moving in. In his truck, they say finding an AR-15 assault-style rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition. We'll go live to the scene. Also developing tonight, what caused that massive slowdown today. Popular apps, online shopping, airline ticketing, social media, gaming halted or slowed down dramatically. Tonight, the new images coming in of demolition underway at the White House. Work crews making room for President Trump's $250 million ballroom. The president has said the ballroom construction would not interfere with the existing White House. And today, the government shutdown, now day 20, Congress still getting paid, with thousands of workers fired. And now 1,400 workers at the National Nuclear Security Agency furloughed tonight. This evening, the brazen heist in broad daylight, dressed as construction workers at the Louvre in Paris. In the gallery for just 3 minutes, 50 seconds, and what they got away with. James Longman goes down the list. He's live in Paris. Tonight, the United Airlines passenger jet and the alarming images from inside the cockpit. The windshield shattering, the pilot cut and bleeding, making an emergency landing. The breaking headline involving former FBI Director James Comey tonight, the Trump foe charged by the Justice Department, and now Comey's new move in court late today. Tonight, a legal victory for President Trump in his move to send the National Guard into Portland, what we've learned. The former NFL star dying in police custody. Police say suffering a medical emergency after being arrested. In New York City, the disturbing discovery, a newborn baby girl found on a set of stairs at Penn Station during rush hour. They saved her, and they're now calling her the miracle on 34th Street. And the woman who used ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, to win the lottery, and how much she won.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Monday night. We do begin tonight with the breaking news at the busiest airport here in the U.S., Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta. Tonight, authorities say they moved in quickly to avert what could have been a horrific mass shooting, they say. The suspect's family alerting police a short time before the takedown. Surveillance video tonight showing the suspect walking through the airport. Authorities believe he may have been monitoring the busy TSA lines. The airport crowded with travelers. You can hear the suspect right there. Police body camera video showing the moment he's confronted by the officers, taken down. The suspect screaming as he's placed in handcuffs. Authorities say just outside the airport, they recovered an AR-15 assault-style rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition in his truck. Police believe he was scoping out the airport before going back out to his truck, where he had that weapon and ammunition. Faith Abube leading us off tonight. She's on the scene in Atlanta.
Tonight, a potential mass shooting thwarted at the world's busiest airport during rush hour. This is the moment police say 49-year-old Billy Cagle enters Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport with plans to open fire in the terminal. An assault rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition just steps away in his truck.
I do believe that Mr. Cagle was headed back to his truck to retrieve it, and I do believe he was likely to use that weapon inside the crowded terminal that he had just seen.
Police say this surveillance video shows Cagle parking that truck outside the packed terminal today around 9:30 a.m. Cagle walking inside, appearing to survey the TSA lines.
He seemed to be very interested in the TSA check-in area, which you can see was heavily crowded with travelers.
It's then that officers approach Cagle after police say they received a tip from the suspect's hometown more than an hour away.
Hartsfield Police Department was alerted by the family of Mr. Cagle that he was streaming on social media, that he was headed to the airport, in their words, to shoot it up.
Officers immediately taking Cagle into custody right there in the terminal. Later searching that truck where police say they found an AR-15 style rifle and ammunition.
27 or more lives could have been lost today. This crisis, we're thankful to God and to good information and good intel and good people for this crisis being averted.
And David, authorities crediting that family for flagging those violent threats online. They say that the suspect is a convicted felon with mental health issues, and tonight he is behind bars on multiple charges. David.
Faith Abube leading us off here tonight. Faith, thank you. We're also following this major internet outage that affected daily life for millions of Americans today. The internet outage crippling websites, apps, services in the U.S. and around the world affected. Now, the problem was linked to Amazon Web Services. They do global data storage that so many of these companies rely on for their own services. So when it went down, a cascade of companies affected, popular apps, online shopping, airline ticketing, social media, gaming, all included. Tonight, they say the problem is fixed. So what was it? And they say it will take some time now to get up and running at proper speed for so many of these programs. Here's Matt Rivers tonight.
Millions of businesses use Amazon Web Services to store their data and run their applications and services.
We are constantly expanding our global network of AWS regions.
So when Amazon reported a massive outage overnight, it sent shockwaves around the world.
There was sort of a cascade of failures. Now it sort of takes a cascade to get everything working again.
Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is essentially a massive cloud-based IT storage facility for businesses. The website Down Detector, which is a crowdsourced online outages tracker listing dozens of companies with reports of problems, from Venmo to Ring doorbell cameras to the Starbucks app. The outage reported at 3:11 a.m. Eastern Time.
If you go to your banking website, you're trying to book airplane tickets on their website, or you're using a messaging app, all of those different companies are basically renting computers and services in one of these large data centers.
Experts say that's the risk of running so much internet traffic through a single provider, and so many companies had issues today. Everything from ordering food from McDonald's to placing a bet on FanDuel to telling your friends about it on Snapchat. By 6:35 a.m. Eastern Time, Amazon reporting the underlying DNS issue has been fully mitigated. But outage reports for AWS continued this afternoon, according to Down Detector.
Even once they fix some of those problems, there's going to be a big backlog, and there'll be errors that will take some time to get worked out.
And David, that outage even causing ticketing issues for tonight's ALCS Game 7. That issue, though, resolved just before game time. David?
Matt Rivers tonight. Matt, thank you. Tonight, Americans are getting their first look at demolition underway at the White House. Work crews making room for President Trump's $250 million ballroom. The president has said the ballroom construction would not interfere with existing White House structures. It comes on day 20, by the way, of the government shutdown. Congress still getting paid, with thousands of workers fired now. And tonight, 1,400 workers at the National Nuclear Security Agency have now been furloughed. Mary Bruce at the White House tonight.
With the government now shut down for 20 days and the House out of session, tonight activity of a different kind getting attention. Crews at the White House tearing down walls as construction on President Trump's vast new ballroom gets underway. Trump once promised the project wouldn't interfere with the current structure of the White House.
It won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of.
Today, demolition began, bulldozers ripping away portions of the East Wing. The president holding an event inside, acknowledging the commotion.
Right on the other side, you have a lot of construction going on, which you might hear periodically.
Trump says the new ballroom will be 90,000 square feet, larger than the White House residence itself. It will hold 999 people and cost $250 million, which the president insists will come entirely from private donations.
You'll have drinks, cocktails, everything on this floor, and then they'll say, "Welcome to dinner." You walk into the ballroom, Mr. Senators.
The president only briefly addressing the government shutdown today as its ripple effects are spreading. Roughly 1,400 employees of the National Nuclear Security Administration, which safeguards the country's nuclear stockpile, now on unpaid leave. Only 400 workers remain on the job.
Every day that the government is shut down, it is a danger to the American people.
But Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson has refused to bring the House into session, and Democrats are refusing to back down, insisting on a deal to repeal Medicaid cuts and extend health care subsidies that are set to expire, causing insurance premiums to spike for millions of Americans.
Republicans seem happy not to work, happy not to negotiate, happy to let health care premiums spike for over 20 million working and middle-class Americans.
Now we've asked the White House how this demolition squares with the president's pledge not to interfere with the current structure, but so far, no response. David.
Mary Bruce at the White House tonight. Mary, thank you. We turn now to the brazen heist in broad daylight at one of the most famous museums in the world, the Louvre in Paris. Thieves dressed as construction workers inside the gallery for just 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And what they got away with. James Longman standing by in Paris.
The most famous museum in the world is a crime scene tonight as investigators hunt down 4 thieves who stole France's crown jewels in a stunning daylight heist. Officials say the gang struck shortly after opening Sunday.
This is the busy road the thieves came down. Remember, we are right in the heart of Paris. They parked up here, placed that mechanical ladder up against the balcony, and you can see the broken window where they made entry.
In less than 10 minutes, 2 of the men disguised as construction workers cut their way into the Apollo Gallery using power tools, a few hundred yards from the Mona Lisa, and raided some of France's most important crown jewels. Moments later, they were back on the ground, jumped on 2 waiting scooters, and disappeared into Sunday morning traffic. 8 priceless items taken, including this elaborate brooch encrusted in more than 2,400 diamonds, sapphire, emerald and diamond jewels, all part of the 18th century Royal Napoleonic collection. But authorities say this professional job didn't go entirely to plan. They dropped the gold and diamond crown of Empress Eugenie, some 200 years old, on the street, causing severe damage. Also left behind their tools, a blowtorch, gloves and gasoline, all now in the hands of investigators hoping for DNA evidence. At the Ministry of Culture, where the beauty and heritage of France is on proud display, some difficult questions for the woman meant to keep French history safe.
Madame la Ministre, James, the minister is clearing her desk to make sure there's nothing suspect. It's the desk where, in part, this investigation is ongoing.
All the evidence points to organized crime, she tells me. This was a simple but spectacular operation. They spent just 3 minutes and 50 seconds in the gallery, but we can't rule out an inside job, she says.
And David, authorities say the gang chose 9:30 a.m. because that is when the Louvre opens, it's when visitors are allowed in, and it's when, crucially, the intruder alarms are turned off. They made their way, you can see here in this footage, into the Apollo Gallery to lay their hands on those jewels. And the big fear is that the jewels will be broken down, the individual gems will be sold off, and these pieces of history will be lost for good. David.
And James, as you point out, they pulled this off in just 3 minutes, 50 seconds. James Longman tonight, thank you. Back here at home to the United Airlines passenger jet and the alarming images from inside the cockpit, the windshield shattering, the pilot cut and bleeding, making an emergency landing. And it comes amid multiple air scares. One overseas tonight, a plane off the runway and into the sea after striking a vehicle and killing 2. But we start with the United flight, and here's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, a United Airlines flight forced to make an emergency landing after an object struck its windshield at 36,000 feet. Images first posted to social media by a transportation blogger appearing to show smashed glass and blood streaks on the pilot's arm. The Boeing 737 MAX 8 headed from Denver to L.A. Thursday morning, forced to make an emergency landing in Salt Lake City. The pilot making an announcement to the 134 passengers on board.
He said, "The aircraft has collided with an object and a window in the cockpit has shattered. So we need to make an emergency landing."
Officials say the pilot was treated by firefighters for a minor injury. It's still unclear what struck the aircraft, but investigators say the windscreen is being sent to NTSB laboratories for examination. And overseas, another terrifying incident, this one turning deadly. Video circulating online showing this Boeing 747 cargo plane partially submerged after it veered off the runway late Sunday, crashing through the perimeter fence and into the sea. Its left wing damaged, debris floating in the water. The plane traveling from Dubai and landing at Hong Kong International Airport when authorities say it hit a security vehicle with 2 airport workers inside, knocking it into the water. Divers locating that vehicle and pulling 2 men out, but they did not survive. 4 crew members on board the plane rescued, images showing an inflatable emergency slide deployed. Officials say the pilots never signaled that there was any issue before the plane veered off the runway. And David, yet another incident over the weekend. Videos online show flames shooting out of an overhead compartment on an Air China flight. The airline says it was a lithium-ion battery that spontaneously combusted in carry-on luggage, that plane making an emergency landing in Shanghai. David?
All of it unsettling, of course, Gio. We appreciate it. Late today, a major development involving former FBI Director James Comey, charged, of course, by the Justice Department. Comey's new move in court. So let's get right to Pierre Thomas following the breaking developments. Pierre?
David, tonight the attorneys for James Comey are calling on the judge overseeing the case to dismiss the charges against him on grounds of vindictive and selective prosecution, declaring President Trump ordered the Department of Justice to prosecute Mr. Comey because of personal spite and because Mr. Comey has frequently criticized the president for his conduct in office. Comey's attorneys presenting a list of Trump's repeated attacks on Comey. They also cited Trump's hand-picked U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan, a former insurance attorney who has never prosecuted a case. Comey's attorneys calling Halligan's appointment unlawful, David.
Pierre Thomas with us here tonight. Pierre, thank you. Meantime, tonight, a legal victory for President Trump and his move to deploy National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling the administration can deploy troops, overruling a lower court ban. When we come back on this Monday night in New York City, a newborn baby found on stairs at Penn Station during rush hour. They are calling her the Miracle on 34th Street tonight. Also, the ex-NFL star dying in police custody, they say suffering a medical emergency after being arrested, what we've learned. And tonight, the woman who used ChatGPT to win the lottery, how she did it and how much she won in a moment. Tonight, a former NFL star reportedly dying in police custody in Oakland, California. Police arresting 36-year-old Doug Martin on Saturday while responding to a break-in at a home. Authorities say he suffered a medical emergency before becoming unresponsive. Martin was an all-pro running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders as well. In New York City, a newborn baby girl was found wrapped in a blanket on the stairs at Penn Station during rush hour this morning. Police finding the infant at the bottom of a staircase leading to the subway. Officers rushing her to the hospital, saving her. They're calling her tonight the Miracle on 34th Street. When we come back here, the woman who used ChatGPT to win the lottery and how much she won. To the index of other news tonight, gas prices have fallen below $3 nationwide now. Gas Buddy reporting tonight the average price for a gallon of regular stands at $2.98 a gallon. That's the lowest point since the pandemic-era prices of 2020. A Michigan woman used ChatGPT to play the lottery, and she won. Tammy Carvey says while playing Powerball last month, instead of picking the numbers, she let ChatGPT pick them. Asking for a set of Powerball numbers, Tammy matched 4 out of 5 winning numbers and the Powerball. She added in a power play, boosting her winnings to $100,000. She plans to pay off her home, but 4 out of 5 numbers, she came close to winning the whole thing here. I'll be talking to ChatGPT during the commercial break. When we come back, homecoming across America, seniors on the football team, and what they've done off the field tonight. What a surprise.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, sponsored by Chewy.
Finally tonight here, the high school seniors and their teachers. America Strong. Tonight, homecoming season is here, and so is their gratitude. In Aston, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia, the Sun Valley High School football seniors surprising the teachers who they say shaped them. Wide receiver Caden Mortimer surprising his English teacher, Julie Malone.
I would be honored to wear your jersey, Caden.
Offensive lineman J.P. Griswold walking into his teacher's classroom, Mr. Passon.
Giving my jersey for homecoming to a teacher who's impacted me throughout my high school career, and I don't think anyone more as my coach and teacher has than you, so
all right, man.
There you go,
I
dude.
appreciate it.
And right here tonight,
hey David.
Hi David. Hi David. What's up, David?
members of the Sun Valley High School football team, the seniors, on why they did it.
I chose Mr. King because he would make learning fun every day and I'll look forward to his class.
She's always a bright light to my day. I can always trust her to help me if I need help with something.
JP, who chose Mr. Passon.
He's been my coach and my teacher for the past 4 years, and he's been a real big influence on me.
Ryder Strickland.
She's been my mentor for the past 4 years, and I always look forward to going to her class.
And joining us too,
Hey David.
the teachers who made a difference and who were not forgotten, Mr. Lopez.
To me, getting Steven's jersey it meant the world to me. It's reassuring to know that I can be there for someone whenever they need it.
Miss Shallow.
He actually said, you sparkle up my day, and that made me feel really great because that means that I did make an impact, and that really is so special to me.
And Mrs. Melichevsky.
It really meant the world to me. You don't really know how much you're impacting their lives until something like that happens.
Well, we love this tradition, and it's spreading. Sun Valley High School and beyond. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the third year in a row.